So a product that I have been looking forward to getting my hands on and have been talking quite a bit about on the channel over the past couple of months was, of course, the MIG switch. Now, the MIG switch, in case you are unfamiliar with what this is, was a device that was coming out for the Nintendo Switch, obviously not licensed by Nintendo, that would allow you to back up your physical Nintendo Switch games, put them onto an SD card, insert the SD card into the MIG switch, and then you would have access to all of them right there on this device. Of course, that starts to open up different sort of thought process of potentially homebrew stuff coming to the Switch and just allowing a bit of an easier access to those types of programs that are already out there. Now, I have had a very storied history with my awaiting of this product to finally show up in my hands, but surprise, surprise, I came home from my grandma's house after eating copious amounts of chicken parm, and it was there. My MIG switch is finally here. So we're going to unbox this, we're going to talk all about it, and we're going to see if I think that this is kind of a bit of a scam or if this is a product that you should end up picking up. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Without any further ado, let's check out the MIG switch together. Now, they clearly went all out on this packaging. This is how it showed up inside of a small box, and just absolutely blown away by the quality. Made in Russia, so you know it's going to have that Ruski high quality to it. Of course, it has the website on there. There's a little piece of tape on here, and let's go ahead and rip that off. And here she is. In all of her glory, the MIG switch, what I've been waiting months and months for, is now finally in my hand, and I'm pretty excited. You can see here is the SD card slot. So let's take our Nintendo Switch here. We'll pop out whatever cartridge is in here. Good old Breath of the Wild. And size-wise, it's, you know, pretty much exactly the same. You could see by the golden grooves in the cartridge that they are lined up well. I will say the plastic feels a lot cheaper than the standard Nintendo Switch cartridge plastic does, but we would pop this into our Nintendo Switch system, and I have to put it in the right way. That's what she said. And you could see here, you know, something will eventually pop up. The game card could not be read. Please remove and reinsert. If this message appears repeatedly, please check the following page. So we'll just go ahead and take it out here and take a little bit of a look at it. You would switch your games by pushing in the cartridge and removing it. You could see that a little red light does appear when it is reading the cartridge. So, you know, that's kind of a bit of a design flaw that we'll talk about in just a little bit. But let's just go ahead and take this out again because, well, my review is kind of done. And I'm going to explain why now. So I know what you're saying to yourself. You're probably a bit confused. Well, RGT, how are you done reviewing the MIG switch? You didn't really show the MIG switch working. You didn't show anything with it. And well, there's a reason for that. And this reason goes back to my whole sort of scam comment on this product. This product, when it was first unveiled, was surrounded in a bit of controversy. Who was actually behind this product? Of course, there was rumors that Team Executioner were behind it. I still think there's merit to that, but we're probably never going to know about that whole situation unless, you know, it ends up coming out in court one day. So with the MIG switch, the whole premise of it is dependent on you having a physical Nintendo Switch collection and then dumping those games via the MIG switch dumper, putting them onto an SD card, and then booting it up with the MIG switch device. Now, the problem is with the MIG switch is the dumper was supposed to come with the MIG switch. That's the whole situation here. In order to play games, you have to have this dumper in order to dump your physical games. And when people were pre-ordering this product, we were pre-ordering it under the assumption that we were going to get a dumper along with the cartridge itself. But then, of course, things changed. Depending on which retailer you pre-ordered it from, you might have gotten a discount on this product because all of a sudden the people behind MIG switch changed their mind and the dumper was no longer bundled in with it. You had the option to wait for the dumper and get it down the road, or just keep your pre-order. Now, to me, that's a bait and a switch. Like, I don't get mad at the retailers and the people that I bought this from for that situation, because that's something that was put onto them after the fact, and they probably weren't happy about that as well. That comes down to the manufacturer of this product. You sold this under the premise that you were going to get both compatible things that you need in order to make this work. And we didn't get that. And I don't understand why more people aren't, upset about that. And then we have the actual product itself. We're going to get into the nitty gritty about this because I kind of understand what's going on with this. You got to remember, I'm not the only person that I know that got one of these. Spawnwave pre-ordered one. He hasn't had his shown up yet. MBG pre-ordered one. He hasn't had his shown up yet. Destiny FOMO ordered a couple of them. They never showed up, so she ended up canceling her order. It's been months and months of waiting with radio silence as far as when we were going to get our hands on this. But the people behind MIG Switch always said that everything was hunky-dory. But let's talk about this device itself, because what ends up happening is when you dump that physical game, you actually need two different files. Now, usually when you're playing, Nintendo Switch games via emulation, you only need one main file, and that's the game file. But you actually need two files with this device, and that's where the MIG Switch dumper comes into play to give you both of those files. I was under the impression that eventually the homebrew community would come together on this product and kind of figure it out better and make it a better product for everyone involved. But really, nobody's doing that. Nobody seems to care about this device. I don't know why that necessarily is, maybe because of how complex it is. But really, if you look at around on the internet and people talking about the MIG Switch, most people are selling theirs. Most people are getting rid of their product because if you did not get a dumper, then it's definitely just a paperweight to you. But even if you did get the dumper, you still are at the mercy of your own physical Nintendo Switch game collection, which of course is the whole reason you would buy this, not for anything else, but what if you wanted to try something else? But I think my biggest problem with this device is, really, how's it any more convenient than just having your Nintendo Switch cartridges? Hear me out on this, okay? In order to switch out the game cartridge, in order to play another game on here, you have to insert this cartridge each and every time into your Nintendo Switch. And so let's say you have, 15 games on this, and you're playing game 1, but you want to play game 15. You actually have to put the cartridge in 15 different times in order just to get to that game. That doesn't seem like it's very good for the cartridge slot on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, it's a finely built product as far as the, hardware is concerned. Maybe not so much the Joy-Cons, but the hardware of the system is very well done, so I'm not necessarily super concerned about that. But that doesn't seem a lot easier for anyone. Like, you could just buy a case with all your Switch games, and instead of having to insert this 15 times or 20 times, you could fit multiple games on here. So instead of having to insert this time and time again, you just take out the game cartridge you want, and then put the game cartridge that you have and you want to play into your Switch. Overall, this to me is just a paperweight. I'm never going to get the freaking MIG Switch dumper because you can't find it anywhere. They take pre-orders for these things, but I don't trust this company enough to want to give them more money in order to pre-order the MIG Switch dumper. And I know that there's a lot of YouTube channels that absolutely love this product. Taki Udon got, like 2+ million views on his video, and he seemed to enjoy it a lot. And I guess if you got everything, if you got all the bells and whistles sent to you from MIG Switch, then you would enjoy the product. I would probably like it a bit more if I got what I ordered, which was the MIG Switch coming with the dumper like I pre-ordered. And I'm not saying that, their opinions aren't valid on the situation, because honestly, those people who got it early, they probably didn't know that the MIG Switch dumper was not going to be bundled in anymore, because you would have to imagine that they probably pre-ordered one too. So their impressions were just based on what they felt were going to go out to consumers, but that's not what happened. So I have this. It's pointless. I honestly might just throw it away, because I have no use for this, unless the homebrew community just comes along and makes this an amazing device, which it seems like nobody cares about it. I just have a paperweight. Yay. So now my MIG Switch situation has finally concluded. Months and months later, 4 or 5 months after I was supposed to get it, I finally get it, and I can't even use it. I can't even use it for what it's intended to do. I can't use it beyond anything that it's necessarily intended to do, and I can't use it at all, really. Yay. But at least the saga is over. At least I don't have to wonder if this thing is ever going to show up again, because now it has. And I can move on in life and realize that we're just not there yet. It's not an R4. It's not any of those fun flash carts we had for the DS or the 3DS. It's nothing like that. Unless you have that dumper, you have nothing. Let me know in the comment section down below. Did you end up picking up a MIG switch? Did you get use out of it? Did you happen to get a dumper with it as well because you were one of the lucky ones? Or are you like me who just has a piece of plastic that's in the shape of a Nintendo Switch cartridge? And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Hit the bell as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.